Picture a wide river bending through green, tangled branches leaning over the water, a slow shadow slipping between leaves. Here, a Hoatzin moves as if the thicket were its world. Welcome to Avian Tranquility. I'm Samnang. Let the day's noise drift away. Today we'll watch a bird that asks us to slow down, a living echo of ancient forests, showing how patience and a different pace can be a strategy for living well in a changing river world.
Scientists call it Opisthocomus hoatzin.
Locally, people have names for it that hum with river lore, names that sound like water and time. I'll list a verified local name in the show notes so you can hear it as you listen. The Hoatzin lives along winding rivers and backwaters across the Amazon and Orinoco basins, in flooded forest edges, riverine thickets, and slow channels where foliage is thick and the water moves like a mirror. Nests sit low over water, woven from twigs and leaves and anchored to reeds or low branches. Parents tend a small clutch, usually 3 to 4 eggs, and the nest rocks gently with each breath of the river. Field note: we watch them from the bank. They move like a leaf in the current. The chicks climb and wait. The adults return with calm steps.
That image stays with you. The quiet waiting, the slow returns. When chicks hatch, they carry a curious tool, tiny claw-like hooks on their wing digits.
Those proto-claws help them climb through tangled branches if they tumble, or if something disturbs the nest. They are not weapons, they are humble grips, clever, necessary, and oddly beautiful in their simplicity.
Isn't that remarkable? It feels like seeing an old page of evolutionary history turned for a single moment. Young life here faces real tests, rising water, sharp storms, and predators that know the same cover. Yet much of the Hoatzin survival is quiet, dense nesting, careful vigilance, and a steady rhythm of feeding that matches its leaf-based diet.
It eats leaves, slowly. That slow eating is the key to its uniqueness. Inside, a gentle fermentation begins, a foregut process, a little like what happens in some mammals, extracting energy from tough green meals and setting a slow pulse to daily life. Because digestion takes time, Hoatzins spend long periods resting after a heavy meal, perched in shade, preening, and letting the work of fermentation continue. Their movement is shaped by their digestion, measured, deliberate, almost contemplative.
A quiet consequence of this biology is a distinct, earthy scent some observers notice up close. It is a natural signature, not a curiosity to mock, but a reminder that every creature carries its own chemistry and history. I'll add a researcher note to the show notes about where field teams observe this best.
Before dawn, Hoatzin calls ripple through the thicket. Low, resonant notes that feel like the forest inhaling. They gather in loose colonies, roosting close and waking slowly as light warms the water. Watch their movement, a hop, a reach, a settled pause.
Field note: on mornings at insert river name / place, 5 or 6 Hoatzins would share a single willow-like perch, long preening sessions, no hurry at all. Courtship is quiet. Pairs form through repeated proximity, shared perches, and small exchanges of care, preening, leaning in, staying near. It is less spectacle, more patience and presence. The Hoatzin also touches its ecosystem gently. By browsing leaves, it influences plant form, seed movement, and the tiny communities of insects that live on those leaves. And because it depends on flooded forests, it is sensitive to river changes. Shifts in sediment, new dams, and clearing of thickets can all ripple through the life it depends on. If the Hoatzin teaches us anything, it's that slowness can be a survival strategy, a way of meeting a changing river and staying part of it. Return to that thought when you think of wetlands. Sometimes resilience looks like patience, not speed. One final gentle surprise. Those wing claws of the chicks fade as they grow. For a little while they bridge ancient traits and modern flight. Then the bird's wing becomes the wing we expect. It is a small, visible conversation between what once was and what now is. If this story gave you a calm moment or a new curiosity, consider gentle ways to help these places. Learn about local wetland groups, support conservation efforts that protect river corridors, or simply share this episode with someone who loves quiet stories from nature. Small actions matter. In that moment, we see nature's quiet wisdom. And there, for now, we leave the Hoatzin, in its own corner of the living world. Through the slow rub of leaves, the soft calls at dawn, and the patient work of feeding and care, this bird asks for nothing, yet offers us a story of steady survival. If this episode brought you a moment of calm or a fresh appreciation, please subscribe to Avian Tranquility, share this story with a friend, and if you can, consider supporting local wetland conservation groups, protecting habitats like the Hoatzin's home. Thank you for listening, and for caring about lives that often go unseen. Until next time, may you find small pockets of stillness, and may the soft wing beats of nature stay with you wherever you are.